ulti.TV.
Welcome back to ulti.TV's coverage of Not University Mixed Nationals 2021, brought to you in collaboration with Hive Ultimate. My name is Luke Burgess, joined at the commentary desk once again by Gigi Morrison, here for this match between Newcastle, who are in the black, dark blue kind of colour, versus Bangor in white. As Newcastle start on offense against Bangor's zone. Big forehand. Finds the space in the middle of the pitch. Over the top of the zone. Give and go down the sideline. Not quite blocked. Newcastle looking comfortable against this zone. So they move it around the back. To the far side, but trapped a little bit on this line. Bit of contact on that grab, but looks like we have a bit of an injury after that contact. Hopefully the player's okay. So fortunately, the injury happened right on the sideline, so the player could just roll to their left and be off the pitch as the disc is checked back in. Newcastle still on this far sideline. The zone is well set to trap them there. And Newcastle find their way out. Some confident handling of the disc by a number of these Newcastle players. So they drop back slightly to open up more space to attack downfield. Only one player back behind the disc though. Now no players back. One player does fill. They keep the disc moving. Still on this far sideline though. There's the shot through the middle. And a short forehand, causing that turnover. Unfortunate drop from Newcastle. They looked so good up until that point. Often tell my players to throw lefty backhands in those situations because it's so much easier to throw them slower than short range forehands. But Newcastle playing some match defense now. As Bangor shoot to the end zone, wide open receiver. They do reel it in. And after such a confident start from Newcastle, Bangor go up 1-0.
Bangor are quite well known for their really confident and quite striking shots. They have a strong history of really good throwers. So previously they've had players, well, they've rostered players such as Rachel Turton, who's played so many cycles of GB, including in disc golf quite recently. Got Tom Lees, also known as Yellow, incredible thrower. Dom Knight, another really good thrower. And they've just left this kind of really strong legacy in Bangor to continue on with that.
So a bit of discussion on the field about a usable disc. Bangor not happy with the previous disc that was being used. So Bangor with the pull. Looking like a zone set once again. Let's see if Newcastle have any more success this time round. Trapped on that far sideline currently. Chase did manage to get hand to that disc, but Newcastle kept it alive before throwing that swing just a bit too far. And Bangor now with another break opportunity. Looking to set up a play. The front of the end zone. There's the front of stack cut. And nice throw to the side of the end zone into space. Gives Bangor another break.
Another well-drilled play. Newcastle just a little bit unfortunate to not be able to squeeze it out of the zone as we get another look at that beautiful leading shot. Almost having to bid into it, but seems to have the legs just to chase it down, staying within the end zone. Just looking back at some of the previous results from earlier today. So Newcastle and Bangor both played the Fish, who are Lancaster. That's why I keep getting confused between Newcastle and Lancaster. My apologies. So Newcastle beat the Fish 11-3, and Bangor also beat the Fish 10-2. So quite similar in terms of a score margin. So this should be a pretty tight game. Bangor so far coming out quite dominant, really confident in their shots. But Newcastle definitely have the players to be very confident within themselves as well.
So Bangor sticking with this zone that's been so successful for them. As Newcastle finally finds some flow through the middle, but just rushing that throw a little bit out in front of the intended target. This Bangor zone just forcing errors from Newcastle that you might not expect. So Newcastle poaching off the stack a little bit, forcing Bangor to work it between the handlers. So they move to this near sideline. Nice upline cut. Deep shot. Not there though. Opts for the reset. Not an awful lot of movement downfield. Goes for the deep shot. It's sailing high, and despite the two-handed catch attempt, this just drops below the hands of the intended receiver. So Newcastle on offense once again. Still trying to figure out how to beat this zone. Working it nicely so far. But the zone now has a chance to set on this sideline. Good grab on that high reset pass. Found a receiver in the middle, but just put the disc a little bit wide. Once again, the Bangor zone is successful. So good defense from Newcastle. Forces a mistake from Bangor. Both teams looking good on defense, but unable to execute on offense so far. So Newcastle goes for the swing. Again to this near side. Bangor staying with the zone. Nice shot into the middle. Gain some ground for Newcastle. Good bailout pass. There's the lead pass to the end zone. Has a little bit of space, but not enough as the defender recovers the ground, gets the block. And so far, this Bangor zone has been 100% successful. They've not been scored on yet. But they find themselves in a tough spot as the rain gets that little bit heavier. So big swing all the way to this side of the pitch. Deep shot. Under coverage, but reels it in anyway. Sailed over the defender's head. Difficult to read. Banging out in a much better spot. Newcastle. Oh, what a grab. Oh, so close.
Yeah, Bangor still confident in their shots, but maybe just adding a little too much to it. Taking their shots a little bit too early. When they could just maybe hesitate for an extra second, but they seem to have opted for setting up this junk zone again. Oh, no, they're not.
So Newcastle working it nicely down the field. There's the shot to the end zone. There's plenty of space. The defender's catching up though. But the receiver stands strong, keeps their eye on the disc and reels it in for Newcastle's first point of the game. Finally managing to get some success against that Bangor zone. Almost got a block on that swing, but there's the deep shot from Bangor, and they do reel it in. That is a confident offensive possession from Bangor to put themselves up 3-1.
Yeah, that's the exact type of gameplay that they're known for. It's very spicy. They know exactly what they can do, and they seem to train it really well. Just going back to Bangor's zone again from previous points, I'd imagine that they'll probably try and set it up again because it was quite effective. So we've seen more of an FSU style in previous games, but this, at least it appears to be more of a junk zone. So you've got 4 defenders up towards by the handlers. So there's one person who tends to be more of an actual handler mark, so they mark on the disc, and then you have 3 people in a cup. And it tends to really stifle the flow of the actual game, and they try to generate turns by just really making it difficult to actually get the disc moving. Then you'll have some wings and deeps kind of getting in the way whenever they need to as well.
So good pull from Bangor. Once again, we see that junk zone that Gigi just described. And oh, that was So close to being reeled in. Good block from the wall defender. Good attempt from the receiver, but just bounced out of the hands. Banging out. Just one pass away from their fourth point of the game. Looks like a vertical stack with an isolation at the front. One dump out, and there's the pop pass straight away that was then dropped. That was weird. But Newcastle now just shooting too deep, unable to find the receiver. So Bangor looking to convert once again. There's the shot to the end zone. Has the receiver open, but sort of snatches at the disc. Pops out of the hands. And Newcastle find themselves an offense once again. Bangor trying to set up a zone. Fantastic grab to keep the disc alive. But Newcastle moving it confidently down the field this time. 1v1 in the end zone. But opts for the reset instead. As Newcastle continue to work it through, and a few quick passes gets them the score. And Newcastle get their second point on the board and bring themselves back within one.
That is exactly a really good way of how to play against a junk zone. Newcastle just looking to create gaps, so faking really effectively to create gaps into that cup, slicing it through, and if not, just simple dump and swing. And it was wonderful mixed as well. Seemed to get a lot of bodies onto the disc. And just looking around between the two teams, I'm noticing a lot of smog faces. It's a beautiful sight. So I know from Bangor there's Quinn, who plays for Smog. Emily Atkinson has previously played for Smog as well. We've got Yasmin Gill, got James Blount, a couple of other faces as well. Some strong scenes in the north.
So Bangor on offense. High backhand to this near sideline. Swing into the middle. Tight defense from Newcastle. Making Bangor work hard for every pass. Hammer over the top. Well reeled in by Bangor. IO forehand into the end zone. What a beautiful throw. That is not easy. But Bangor pull themselves ahead, 4-2.
Yeah, this team is a really good testament as to what really solid throwing can actually do to completely revolutionize gameplay. Is that you can have the fastest people on your team. You can have the people with the best hops, best defense, but if you don't have even just really solid basic throws, then it makes playing Frisbee a lot more difficult. And that sounds like a really obvious thing, but this team seems to have absolutely drilled that into every single one of the people that is touching the disc, and it's fantastic to see.
Oh, unfortunate drop from Atkinson. Blart's throw just a little bit behind her. And that gives Bangor a fantastic opportunity as they shoot straight to the end zone. Just slips through the hands. They had the space, they had the time, but unable to reel it in. And Newcastle will get a second chance on offense at this point. Zone look once again from Bangor. Swinging it around the back. Looking for that hole into the midfield. After which they can kind of just run away with it. There it is. Atkinson in the middle. Blaut on this near side goes with the forehand deep, but just not far enough. And the deep defender will ensure the block. So Bangor setting up quite far away from the disc. Potentially some kind of isolation play. Nope, they're just going to run from the back and nicely threaded to the far side handler. Newcastle playing quite loose on their defense this possession, but Bangor happy to take their time. Give and go backhand. Atkinson almost with the block. Bangor do advance the disc down the far sideline. Bangor choose to reset as they try and organize their offense downfield. Reset once again. The disc just pops out of the hands of the intended receiver. And Newcastle will pick up quickly. Bangor just about set their zone before Newcastle can get the disc moving. So they find a few passes into the cup. That throw just sails past the receiver. And Bangor once again find themselves an offense. Timeout called. So Bangor choosing to take the time. Maybe discuss their offense a bit more. They had a good opportunity that last possession, but just not able to convert. So while the players take a break, just a quick reminder to subscribe to the Hive Ultimate YouTube channel as well as the ulti.TV YouTube channel. And if you want to financially support the stream, head over to patreon.com/ulti.TV, where you can sign up to become a member, get access to the ulti.TV Discord server, as well as some other perks. Every bit of financial support is greatly appreciated. It goes a long way to helping us cover more tournaments, bring more live Ultimate to the world. If you want to tweet at us, it's at HiveUlti on basically every platform. And hashtag NUXN, not University Mixed Nationals, for the tournament hashtag. So play is back underway as Atkinson almost gets the run through D, but Bangor maintain possession and immediately shoot deep. Find themselves just a few meters outside the end zone. There's the forehand to the back. And somehow gets past all the players at the front of the end zone, finds the receiver at the back. And Bangor go 1 point up and make this 5-2.
That's one of those incidences. That's one of those incidences where you just kind of want to give the defender a hug and be like, you did a good job. You did everything you could. I'm so sorry. But good heads up from the Bangor player. That was like, they could have just easily watched that, like brush past them, or it could have just bounced off of their chest. But no, not having it. Also luzzing it deep. Fantastic work. So we're now 2 points away from half. That is if Bangor were to just score another 2 points, get another 2 breaks here. Half is at 7. Point cap is at 13. And whenever the hooter goes off, which I believe is in about 15 minutes, it will be finish the possession. So there can be draws still in the round robin of today. Newcastle on offense. Bangor setting up another junk zone. Just unfortunate turnover. Bangor looking for a cut from the back of the stack. Up the line cut. Nice and easy into the end zone.
Clean offense from Bangor. They heard what Gigi said about there being 2 points to half and went, yes, that's what's happening. 1 point away from taking this first half.
I'm just curious for the viewers. I'm running quite a lot of replays, quite long replays. So if you're like, don't show those replays. We've seen that camera before, like angle. If you don't think I should play such long replays, if you want more color shots, more shots of the commentators, let me know, because I don't have to show all those replays. It's just kind of habit. So yeah, let us know in the chat. Luke's looking at his phone, so he'll keep me informed.
So Newcastle looking to get a few more points in this half. Is Bangor content to keep playing this zone that's been so successful for them so far in this game? So Newcastle find a shot through the middle. Swing to the near side. And just a bit too obvious a throw to that handler. Well read by the defense. As Bangor immediately shoot to the end zone. Gets a hand to it but can't reel it in. Newcastle with another opportunity. High forehand over the top to start this possession. Bit of contact. Let's take another look at that. Yeah. So it looks like the play will stand after the player's recovered. Yep, disc is in. And Newcastle will look to keep it moving. Finding a nice shot through the middle. It's important against this kind of zone to keep that disc moving. Don't let the zone set up. Disc into the middle, and once again, read by the defense. Bangor looking to take half once again. Setting up quite far away from the disc, as they have been for most of this game. There's the shot to the end zone. It's high and floating. Going to be bodies underneath it, but reeled in. Excellent read by the receiver. Newcastle will not be pleased with that play as Bangor take half, 7-2.
Still a very characteristic shot from Bangor, but arguably looking off some open receivers that they could have thrown to, but it's gotten them the half. So we don't have too long left of gameplay. So this will be looking like Bangor taking the win here, unless Newcastle can pull off some absolute miracles. But Newcastle have definitely progressed a lot further throughout this game. Their shots are coming off a lot better. The chemistry is developing. And hopefully they can come away from this discussion with a completely fresh mind.
So the second half is underway with Newcastle on defense and Bangor almost dropping the ball. Setting up in vertical stack once again. Somehow reeling the disc in despite the tight defense. Bangor opting not to go for the deep shot, instead going to the front of stack. But an unfortunate drop gives Newcastle the disc back. Atkinson will pick up. And Bangor playing match defense for once. A huge layout attempt. Does enough to get the block. And Bangor find themselves on offense once again. So more poaching off of the vertical stack from Newcastle. Receiver free deep. Finds the disc. And an easy pop into the end zone. It's good work from Bangor to punish that very aggressive poach from Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Newcastle had cottoned on to the fact that Bangor are generally looking for a player that contributes to the male ratio first to start off with. Get off that initial cut, maybe as part of a continuation as well, and then further down the field, either as a deep look or in the end zone, looking for a female contributing player after that. So that was maybe where the Newcastle player had not exactly cottoned on to the deep player, maybe was anticipating to not have to really get involved as early on. But Newcastle really trying to shut down that initial set through that poach. Newcastle now trying to signal that it is for women. So currently we are playing under gender ratio rule A, which is ABBA, and as follows. So that means that so for example, if you start off with 4 women being A, then you'd play 4 men for 2 points and then 4 women for 2 points, and etc. But also the majority gender ratio should be pulling. That's not what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, but this is not exactly an official tournament, so we'll let them off.
That is only a championship appendix rule. It's up to the captains of each game to agree to play it. It is a good rule though, so we're in favour of it. As Newcastle once again find themselves facing the Bangor zone. Just working it down that far sideline for now. But forced to go backwards. Not many options in the middle, but forehand just goes over the top of the cup. For floating into the middle. Good block attempt. But the next receiver was just not quite aware of the thrower's intentions. And Newcastle once again give the disc away. So more poaching off the vertical stack. Let's see if Newcastle can have more success this time round. Seem to have recovered nicely. Bangor work it down the break side. That forehand just a little bit too zingy. Awkward catch on the far side. As Newcastle look to get the disc moving before the zone sets. Good movement between those two players. Pops it back and swings. It's good movement from Newcastle. Bit of a double dribble. Down the far side. High forehand swing to the middle. Now to this near side. Just a few meters away from the end zone now. Hammer over the top. Finds the receiver in space. And a good offensive possession gets Newcastle their 3rd point of the game.
You gotta love a spicy little hammer. It's the end zone. Do you think it was a fantastic look? Maybe not the most conventional, but that's honestly all right. That is what we like. So we get a nice replay here. Not very many options coming off, and then just saw the opportunity, took it, and it's worked out wonderfully. Score now 8-3.
So the hive ultimate position on overheads is we should throw them more. Not much more to it than that. There's a misconception that they're more risky than normal throws, but that's generally because players don't practice throwing and catching them as much as other throws. So go out and practice your hammers and scubas, everyone. And your lefty scubas.
There's a misconception that you shouldn't throw them in the wind either, but you just have to account for the wind when you throw them. Again, comes down to practice.
And make sure to subscribe to the Hive Ultimate YouTube channel for our upcoming mini documentary on the hammer being a potentially game-losing hammer thrown by Australia against the USA many years ago at Worlds. But hammer over the top is successful. As Bangor struggling to advance the disc against this Newcastle match defense, but another hammer finds the mark. Swing to the far side. Newcastle continuing to apply pressure with their match defense. IO forehand does not find the mark, and Newcastle find themselves an offense once again. So, initial cuts from Newcastle players unsuccessful, and Bangor on offense once again. Both teams just opting to play vert stack versus match defense. Another hammer from Bangor though, and they brought it down. I think they've completed every single hammer at this point. There's the lead pass to the end zone, and they finally convert. Good final offensive possession from Bangor to give themselves a 9-3 lead. So, Newcastle advancing the disc down the far sideline, trying to get a few more points on the board before the hooter goes. Nice pop pass to the middle. As we see Bangor putting pressure on with this match defense. Good up line cut, but no continuation. Swing back to the middle. Finds a receiver on the far side. Into the middle. Hammer over the top. Wide open receivers in the back of the end zone. Oh. But well recovered. That looked like it was about to be a complete disaster, but Newcastle find multiple receivers in acres of space and punch in their 4th point of the game.
I think my heart sank as much as hers did, to be honest. My goodness. There's not very many chances that you get to be completely wide open in the end zone. A throw pretty much on a silver plate, and thankfully managed to make the layout bid to catch it again as we see that. Oh, fantastic. And good spirit from Bangor as well to just immediately call it up rather than try and contest it. So we've still got even more action coming up later today. We have 4 more games on this pitch. Our next game is going to be Oxford versus Ubuntu, also known as Tubu. So please do stick around for that. We've got action for the rest of this afternoon, action for all of tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be a lot less rainy and cold. Bangor again looking for something out of a vertical stack. Quite a high backhand shot. They definitely seem to favour their male cutters to start off with and looking for the continuation from a female cutter. Lovely around backhand shot. Is it going to be reeled in? And yes, it is. Nice and easy, bringing the score to 10-4.
So the hooter has just gone. 1 more possession still to be played in this game. Newcastle get 1 opportunity to get a 5th point on the board, as they immediately dump and swing against this Bangor zone that's been so effective for them all game long. Forehand to the far side, backhand down the line. But the zone gets the chance to set back up again. And there's the shot to the front of the end zone. Calm, collected offense from Newcastle to round out the game, and Bangor take it 10-5.
Bangor definitely quite dominant throughout this game. Really showing how to throw in this wind, how to throw in these conditions. But Newcastle ultimately trying to stay as calm and collected as possible, rounding off this game to 10-5.
But there's plenty more Ultimate still to be played, so stick around. We'll be back after a quick break.
ulti.TV.